Welcome back to TK Tennis. As you can see here, I'm away playing some tennis on some red clay in Germany, but I wanted to get this video out and I'm going to do it without any edits. So I'm just going to get it out because it's almost the semifinal time between Sinner and Atman, which will be in about 5 hours from now when I record this video. But I'm going to do this video without any edits regarding the semifinals predictions for Cincinnati 2025. It's been a pretty cool tournament. I haven't been able to watch it as much as I normally would, but it's clear the conditions are obviously very hot and also very fast for our hard court. So the first semifinal between Sinner and Atman. The Atman story has been really great to see someone outside the top 100 make a run into the Masters 1000 so deep into the tournament. And the guy's just a class act. He's just fun to watch and he's fun to listen to in his interviews. So if you haven't heard Atman speak in his interviews, it's really good insight that he gives on the game. He's very intelligent and he speaks obviously really well, even in English. So regarding the semifinals, can Atman have a chance to win this match? Well, the run has been awesome, but he's most likely going to lose this match, and I don't think that's much of a prediction or much insight. But he does have a small chance, let's say a 5% chance, and it's because he's lefty and he hits his forehand so big. I view Atman, when I watch Atman, I see him like a new, not a new Rafa Nadal, but he plays similar in style with the amount of topspin, and his swing path and his swing style is very similar to Nadal, at least how I see it. So he can give Sinner some difficulties being a lefty with a lefty serve. That's the type of player that makes Sinner uncomfortable. But Sinner is the king of hard court for a reason for the past 2 years. He's the king of a hard court, and it's hard to see any scenario where Sinner doesn't win this match, as well as Atman has been playing. So the prediction is quite easy. Sinner is going to win this match almost for certain. It's not to say that Atman doesn't have a chance, but it's very, very small chance. There's a reason we play the game, and there's a reason upsets happen, and it could happen, but it's very unlikely to happen here on these fast conditions and it being very hot, which I don't think favors one player or the other than points are typically shorter when it's hot because people need to, preserve their energy. And sometimes when you're fatigued, you go for shots more often. So that may help Atman a little bit. But again, you're playing against Yannick Sinner, who is also no slouch when it comes to relatively short points, 3 or 4 shot points. So Sinner will win this match almost certainly against Atman. Now let's go to the second semifinal and talk about Zverev and Alcaraz. So most people are probably thinking we're going to see a Sinner Alcaraz final again. And that would be certainly the betting line that we're going to see another final between Alcaraz and Sinner. But I'm not so sure in this case. I think that there's a really good chance for Zverev to win. Number one, the points will be shorter, and the courts are fast, so that's helping Zverev's serve for certain. And it doesn't allow Alcaraz to be as precise with the shots, and you can see it. There's some indications that Cincinnati is not proving to be Alcaraz's favorite court surface and the conditions as well. That he's not plowing through his competition like you would expect him to, that he is struggling. And on the other hand, Zverev has a lot to prove and is playing really good ball right now. So with Zverev's serve and Alcaraz not being as precise because the conditions are so fast, there is an opportunity to Zverev to win this match. Now, past history predicts that Alcaraz will certainly win this match. He's certainly, if it gets really tight into a third set tiebreaker, it's hard to imagine Alcaraz not pulling out this match if he really wants it. But again, this is not the biggest tournament for Sinner or Alcaraz to win. It's a big tournament. Everybody wants to win a Masters 1000, but they won't lay absolutely everything on the line for this tournament in terms of possibly leading to injury or extreme fatigue. Or on the other hand, Zverev has won many Masters 1000s. The court conditions move in his direction a little bit and less in a direction to Alcaraz. So while anyone here would think that we're going to see an Alcaraz Sinner final, and I think that's very plausible, I think that Zverev has a really good chance to pull the upset here because of all those factors. I think he needs it more. He wants it more. The conditions favor him more. So if we're going to see an upset against Alcaraz by Alexander Zverev, you're going to see it here in Cincinnati because Alcaraz is going to need to preserve himself, or not necessarily preserve himself, but all the indicators just move a little bit towards Zverev in this case. So I'm going to predict, reluctantly, but I'm going to predict a Zverev upset of Alcaraz in this final. And I think we're going to see an Alcaraz Sinner final. And in that, I think I may make another prediction video for the finals, depending on what happens in these semifinals. But if that happens, it's hard to imagine Zverev beating Sinner in the final in these conditions, because the fast court conditions do favor both of the guys. But because Sinner just has all the attribute advantages everywhere, has really all the mental and physical advantages everywhere, if it's Sinner and Zverev, Sinner will be the winner. Now, if Alcaraz does pull out the win against Zverev, I'll do a separate prediction video for sure on Sinner versus Alcaraz, and we'll talk about it then. So thanks for watching today's video. Again, no edits, impromptu, off-the-cuff video for the semifinals at Cincinnati. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see you in the next days.